by briefly explaining what is SDG. So, Sustainable Development Goal or SDG is a collection of 17 global goals which are designed as a blueprint to achieve better and more sustainable future for all. SDG was set up in 2015 by the United Nations General Assembly and were intended to be achieved by 2030. So among all 17 goals, our group chose goal number 6, which is clean water and sanitation. The objective of goal number 6 is to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Goal 6 has 8 targets and also indicators which will be used to measure progress. Target 6.1 is to achieve universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water for all. Target 6.2 is end of gratification and provide access to sanitation and hygiene. Next target is to improve water quality, wastewater treatment, and safe reuse. Next is to increase water use efficiency and ensure sustainable supply of fresh water to address water scarcity. Target 6.5 is to implement integrated water resources management at all levels, including transboundary cooperation as appropriate. This target is to protect and restore water-related ecosystems, including mountains, forests, wetlands, rivers, aquifers, and lakes. And this is the final 2 target of Goal 6, which is Target 6A and Target 6B.
And on that note, I'm going to hand this over to my colleague and she's going to tell you why we chose that goal.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I am Ms. Hanawiti Umarosli, which is a second presenter for this project presentation. So, my part is why we choose SDG 6, the water, clean and sanitation. As you know, everyone knows that water is the biggest source and the biggest fundamental in health, development, economic, livelihood and etc. So the lack of water clean can affect the growing food, staying healthy, cannot build the building, the economic for the country will be slow and probably can increasing the number of poverty. So I picked this statistic from the World Health Organization. This is a key facts from 2015 GMT report. They say that 1/8 people in the world still cannot access the clean water. So this is mean that nearly billion of people in the world still cannot accessing this infrastructure. Our title for this project is the impact of provision clean water and sanitation for the citizen on water crisis in Africa. So Sub-Sahara Africa is the most world challenging the construction about water. Okay, every year 800,000 people, children died from diarrhea. So diarrhea is the loose watery stools, bowel movements are more likely as a cramp and a sign of dehydration, and almost 400 million school days are lost each year due to water related disease. I picked this from the United Nations Development Programme Human Development Report in 2006. So, and over 500 million Africans without access reliable drinking clean water. And the villagers are forced to walk almost 3 hours each day to carry the water and bring it to their home. The children and the women must carry almost 70 pounds in a barrel carry on their back. Can you all imagine that how the children get enough education meanwhile they have to fulfill their family's needs? And almost 2/3 means 64% of households rely on what women to get the family's water where there is no water source in the home. So this is from WHO or UNICEF, who joint monitoring program for water supply and sanitation. And another example is, can you imagine how the girl or woman manage the sanitation when they got a pregnancy or period? So our group is focusing on this water crisis in Africa and the relation with the SDG.
This is Muhammad Al-Jaludi. Thank you so much to my colleague and doctors. I would like to explain the title related to the goal, the impact of the provisions of the clean water and sanitations of the clean citizen on the water crisis in Africa. We have three objectives. So the main objectives in this study is to understand the effect of the provisions of the clean waters and sanitations for citizens that have been applied around while in the water crisis. In the water, it used improved tools and techniques that impact the water crisis in Africa by accomplishing other objectives. On the other hand, let me talk about research questions. We have three questions. The study will be trying to answer the main questions. What's the effect, impact, provisions of the clean waters and sanitations for citizens on the crisis in Africa, specifically in the African country as a case study. Finally, the research hypothesis, research question testing to generate the main hypothesis that will be tested in the study research framework. Above, the main hypothesis could be formulated as follows. Hypothesis 1, there is no statistically significant effect in the provisions of the clean water and sanitations for citizens in the water crisis in Africa. By the way, we have four hypotheses emanating from the main hypothesis.
Assalamualaikum and hi. Basically, I am Muhammad Aslam. I will continue conduct the presentation to the listener. First of all, I am going to talk about the result that we got from our research. We got three things, that important thing from our research. The first thing is sanitation gap. Second one is disaster. The third one is water resources. Okay, basically the sanitation gap, from the research that we carry out, we found that there is always a gap within the urban people and the rural area people. So basically, the urban people will get more water than the rural people. So that's make the sanitation gap. The second one is disaster. Basically, any disaster happen in this world, it will make man's life miserable. So in Africa, there sometimes will happen flood, sometimes will happen drought. So the two things will make the clean water limited to the people to consume that. So the third one is water resources. Basically, in Africa, in 2020, the population of Africa will be 400 million. So from that, we can see the water resources will becoming limited. Basically, now also already limited. If 400 million is there, the thing is, you can think the water will not enough to them to use for daily life. So that's all for our result. And for the conclusion is, as generally, the water is important to the human being that exists in this planet. Then the next one is, from our research that we found out that our hypothesis is accepted. There is no statistical difference or significant effect of the provision of clean water and sanitation for the citizen of Africa on the water crisis. So thank you for all for lending your ears to hear our presentation. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.